In the brutal Alaskan winter,
every time your pager goes off, it's going to be a bad call.
two drunk men are lost in the woods.
Here in Alaska, temperatures are so unforgiving. 10 or 15 minutes out here can be life-threatening.
Which way did the footprints go?
Back into the woods. You can tell by their tracks that they're kind of staggering.
And a clever plan to nab a snow machine thief
So now we sit and we wait. Could be 20 minutes, it could be 4 hours from now.
has troopers ready to pounce.
He might be scoping it out. Just looking really hard.
When there's trouble in the air,
Soldotna just reported to us that there is a helicopter that went down somewhere in this area.
troopers hit the ground running.
Hello! Right through. That's the snow. It's gotta be it. Straight ahead. Hello! 1023 crash site.
This is Alaska State Troopers.
State troopers! Need one!
Gun on the deck! Got a gun on the deck!
It's the dead of winter,
Back on 5E21.
and wildlife trooper Ernie Brent heads out into 17-degree temperatures in south central Alaska on the hunt.
Today we're going to go out on a snow machine patrol. One of the biggest subsistence moose hunts opens up, and there's almost as many moose killed for this hunt than there is for the general season. So we're going to go out and make a presence and try to contact some hunters.
Brent must ensure the hunters follow the law. Moose stay active during the harsh Alaskan winters, so hunting season doesn't stop when the temperatures plunge. And no matter the conditions, wildlife troopers must get out there.
It's forecasting to be in the negatives. This is the biggest snowfall we've had so far this year. So the only way to get out there is by snow machine. Not only do you have to have the stuff to do your job, but you also got to bring enough gear in case you get stuck on the trail. You got to be able to spend the night out there in case you get stuck and you can't come back and the weather's too bad to get a plane or a helicopter in there.
Brent and fellow trooper Levi Duell gear up and head 50 miles into untamed wilderness. "35 miles off the trail, they hit their first challenge.
Little open water. Not too conducive for riding a snow machine. You know, this does put a dampen on things.
If they can't find solid ice downriver, they'll be forced to blaze their own trail to the hunting grounds. But before they can find a crossing point,
10-4 copy.
an emergency call makes the troopers shift gears.
Soldotna just reported to us that there is a helicopter that went down somewhere in this area.
Crashes are common in these parts. Alaska's the #1 state for small aircraft accidents. Even if the pilot survived the impact, the cold can kill him. And the temperatures crashed way below zero.
It's cold right now. It's probably into the negatives. You know, they don't have much time.
They've got another helicopter in the area looking for this guy. He has no idea where he is right at the moment.
Without an exact location, troopers have a lot of ground to cover and not much time. Duell follows his gut.
Well, just my knowledge of the area, there's a bunch of drilling rigs and natural gas wells around the area. They're more than likely trying to go in or out of one of those areas.
The oil fields out here are one of the main reasons people fly to this area, but the nearest one is 30 miles away. Troopers hope they're headed in the right direction.
Who knows exactly how long this guy has been out there? You know, what are the extent of his injuries? It definitely makes a difference on our response time, and it definitely tips the scale a little bit. Maybe we can make some riskier moves to get out and get this guy. I don't have a problem damaging state equipment if I'm going to save a life.
Troopers finally receive the coordinates of the crash, but the icy river cuts them off.
Now we're going to find a good spot to cross.
They race up the banks, hoping to find a place to cross. Finally, they find a bridge to the main trail, But the deadly slick surface could send them plummeting into the freezing river.
The rails are only maybe 6 inches. And if you're not careful, you could catch one of your skis on the snow-go and you're going all the way over.
A plunge into these freezing waters can shut down the body's internal organs and kill in minutes.
You know, if we break, then we're useless.
There's nobody else. We're it.
Then, help arrives. A rescue helicopter, and it guides the troopers to a thick patch of woods.
This guy's circling what I would imagine to be the crash site. It's the coordinates that they were given to us are right where he's at.
But the coordinates are only the helicopter's last known location before it went down. They could be miles off.
We don't have a location yet for the helicopter.
The woods are their best bet. They head in on foot.
I can definitely tell we're in the right spot because we got another helicopter that's circling.
Straight ahead.
The pilot's been down an hour and a half in sub-zero cold. If he's not dead already, he's got 2 strikes against him.
From it being as cold out, it doesn't matter how minor your injuries are. If you're stuck out in the elements, you know, you're not going to last long.
Suddenly,
Hello!
We're in the right spot.
Hello! It's gotta be it. Wait, right. I see something right there. It's the middle.
Looked through the trees and I saw a little piece of red metal there, and I figured that had to be it.
Straight ahead. 1023 crash site.
he's still alive, but he's not out of the woods yet. He's losing blood and body heat.
To the right. If there's anything we can do to help you guys, let us know.
Okay, yeah, we're just gonna get him packaged up and hoist back out.
No, sir, on the minute right here.
Can you guys kind of make like a path out here? Right here?
The victim's injuries complicate the rescue.
He had some compound fractures. His right leg was messed up pretty bad. He was in a lot of pain, and there was quite a bit of blood there in the fuselage.
Okay, let's do this. You got that side? 1, 2, 3.
The man's busted up, but he'll make it. His own quick thinking saved his life.
Got just a quick mayday call right before he went into the trees. He could have been out there a lot longer had he not been able to get that first mayday off and let people know he was in trouble. So it was good that he did that because that quite possibly saved his life. I think it's a great example of just how important it is in this job to be able to, be able to go at a moment's notice. I'm just really glad that we could get here and we could help out and then do what we did.
"300 miles north in Fairbanks, the temperature crashes down to 40 below, and trouble heats up.
When it gets this cold, there's a greater danger of someone being injured, especially if they're under the influence of alcohol or drugs, because they're not thinking clearly. We get a lot of calls where people have had frostbite on their hands, their face, their feet. In this kind of temperature, you can succumb to a severe cold weather injury in less than 10 minutes if you're not properly clothed.
But tonight, he may be fighting more than the low temperatures.
Light over here. We're clear to stop. We're gonna head over to the parking lot here. It looks like some individuals in a physical tent. You guys, stop right there.
Hey,
Let me see both your hands.
we're sitting here trying to warm up, man. He's just
Who?
He's just, I don't know, man. We're just,
Let's go back over this way. Let's go. Who else is in there?
nobody else.
Just you two?
Here to warm up. Yes, sir. We just came here to warm up, sir.
So what's going on?
We're just messing around.
We saw some.
We just came here to warm up.
Like a police.
All right, get back in for a second, right? Get back in.
Hey, baby, hey, kid.
Get back in there for a second. What was going on again tonight?
He started running off with my hat. I had this.
No, I
had this wool hat. He started running off with it, man. And I just went there, got my wool hat back. But I realized there's cops sitting right there.
Where do you live?
Antonio, Sweden.
I'm talking about right now. Where do you live right now?
Antonio, Sweden.
You obviously don't live in Sweden right at this moment, do you?
No.
Where are you staying?
I'm vacationing.
Vacationing?
Yeah, I'm taking up the realms of the environment.
Okay, so why are you out here now?
I'm walking. The party I was with, they were drinking quite a bit. I just didn't want to drink with them anymore. So I just chose to walk away. It was really cold outside. I was like, hey man, I feel like I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die tonight.
Because you got so cold?
Yeah.
And in these brutal temperatures, this drunk man could do just that.
Here's the deal. Either we find some place for you to go for tonight, or you're gonna go to some place for sleep off. Do you have some place?
No, I have a place. I was born and raised here in Fairbanks.
You're born in Fairbanks?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, cool.
That's proven.
Zeisel runs the man's information.
2729 times 2.
And dispatch has no current address. But he does need help.
I'm able to take care of myself. I'm smarter than anyone.
Well, I am.
Any one person.
I'm absolutely.
I'm not insulting you, but
No.
I'm smarter than anyone on the police force.
All I'm saying
I'm 137. I'm borderline gifted intelligence, right?
Here in Alaska, the temperatures are so unforgiving. 10 or 15 minutes out here, and it could be life-threatening.
Zeisel's not taking any chances and brings him in to sober up.
So he's a danger to himself, and he needs to go someplace to be safe for the night.
I'm better coordinated than any of you guys.
Okay, go ahead and have a seat.
You guys are just regular humans.
Watch your head.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we're just glad that we were able to at least keep these two guys from getting injured tonight, and especially the one fella. I imagine if we would not have intervened, end up finding him on the road someplace frozen, either really injured or probably dead.
Across town, the extreme cold sends troopers to the rescue of another pair of impaired Alaskans.
An ambulance picked up two drunk guys. They asked them where their address was, and they told them an address out in North Pole. So the ambulance drove them there, and now we've gotten a call from the homeowner that says two drunk guys that showed up on her property. She has no idea who they are.
The woman says the men stumbled into the pitch-dark woods and possibly to death by exposure if troopers don't find them fast.
This is pretty uncommon.
I can see exactly where they dropped off. I can see the ambulance's tire tracks in the driveway here.
Definitely. We're gonna go help Trooper Rich try to find these intoxicated people that the ambulance dropped off in the hopes that they are not laying down in the woods, because it's 40 below right now. So if you spend any amount of time out there, you're going to lose fingers and toes or death.
Each year, the Alaskan cold kills about 34 people. With temperatures hovering near 40 below, troopers don't want anyone freezing to death on their watch.
3323 there.
On scene, Trooper Gabe Rich quickly finds signs of the drunken duo.
It looks like two sets of tracks.
Which way do the footprints go?
Back into the woods, but you can tell by their tracks that they're kind of staggering, so.
With alcohol in their systems, the men put themselves in danger without even knowing it.
When you're drunk and it's cold out like this, you don't make good decisions. So they could find a tree and be like, oh, this is warm, and then bam, they're dead.
Mulvaney calls in a high-tech tool to aid their search and rescue.
We're having North Pole bring their thermal imager so that we can look in the woods here, see if we can see any heat signatures laying down, anything like that.
The thermal imager detects body heat, which makes humans stand out like a beacon in this frigid weather.
I'd say we just walk the trail that you saw. Yeah. Check the woods around that trail. We'll follow you guys.
They scan the tree line for hot spots. The imager doesn't tell them what it sees, only that it's something warm and worth investigating.
Is there like a power box or something in here?
It's not long before they spy a heat source deep in the woods.
Oh, you see something hot in there?
Kind of looks a little warm.
Is that right there?
Right there.
Yeah, you can probably check that.
Trooper Mulvaney heads in.
They just check these underbrush, just make sure they're not bedded down or something. It's pretty low to the ground.
It might be nothing.
It looks like animal, man. This stops, and it gets real small.
The heat trail goes cold, and time is running out.
41 degrees below zero tonight. Obviously, we're worried about them being intoxicated to the point of not being able to take care of themselves, not just for the weather.
There's no sign of them, so troopers head back to the road in search of more clues.
Let's go down here to the road, and you can see where the track stops. They just make a circle right here and then disappear. So I wonder if that's a vehicle. You think that melts from a vehicle somewhere?
The tracks suddenly stop in the middle of the road.
If that's them, I think they got a ride.
For troopers, that's a huge relief.
I think that's it, man.
Somebody probably gave the men a ride.
It kind of looks like they got into a car and left. So the most important thing is that we didn't find them in the fetal position in the woods. Hopefully they are asleep in their beds at this point.
In the Alaskan interior, a recent spike in crime has troopers resorting to tricks to trap their men.
We've had a lot of property thefts, specifically snowmobiles, four-wheelers and stuff. Coming into wintertime, it's going to increase.
To throw that trend into reverse, they've devised a sting operation.
What we're doing today is we're dropping a bait snowmobile. We've had a lot of property thefts. Coming into wintertime, it's going to increase. We're trying to head it off. The bad guys aren't going to have any idea what we're doing today. It's going to be something new to them.
For this covert op, they'll need a stakeout where they don't stick out.
We got our snow pants, your parka, the overwhite stuff, obviously you want to blend in with the snow. So that's pretty much it. I'll put this layer on, throw this over the top, put my white mask on, white gloves, and I'm ready to go. It's supposed to get minus 30 later tonight. I'm probably good for about 4 hours. First hour will be okay. Second hour will be a little bit miserable, and then from there on out it'll get painful.
With their plan in place, troopers head out to plant the bait and catch some bad guys.
We're going to head out to North Pole. We're going to park at the staging area. They still need to unhitch the trailer, position it, and then our concealed people need to get into the woods and get in a position where they can keep eyes on it.
All right, so after these next three cars go, we'll kind of hightail it up to that break. Okay, let's go. Okay. All right, so now we sit and we wait. Could be 20 minutes, it could be 4 hours from now.
As Sergeant Johnson settles in, so does the chill.
Doing surveillance at 25 below, you start getting cold, you start getting tired, and that's what surveillance is it's hours and hours of boredom, followed by sheer panic, and it's over in a few seconds.
Somebody just headed southbound past it, slowed down to take a look at it.
There was a truck actually. It just came by real slow, so he might be scoping it out.
There's been a truck now that's come by twice. It has the same broken taillight, the same sound of its engine, so someone's kind of circling over here, but nothing yet.
Our truck is back. The same one that was scoping us out here a while ago. Maybe he's going to come over here and give this thing a closer look. We'll find out.
That vehicle went by it, but slowed down considerably. Eyeballing it pretty hard. Alright guys, they're doing some really weird stuff over there. They're backing up and trying to hit their headlights on it to get a better look at it.
2 hours into the sting, it looks like someone's taking the bait.
As I can't see, he's got to be blinded with his headlights. I'm blind right now.
But the truck's brights dim Sergeant Johnson's chance of a bust. They could be stealing the snow machine right before his eyes.
This is kind of a worst case scenario. Our lookout person's supposed to be able to tell us what's going on. Because of the way this individual parked, he's blinded at this point and can't see the movements of the individual. We can't tell if he's loading the snowmobile up.
If troopers rush in too soon, they may scare the potential thief off. So they anxiously wait for the man's next move.
He's standing out to the side of it. He's examining it right now, walking around the trailer.
Unit, this is dispatch. We have a caller on 911 reference to the snow machine. He's looking at it. We're trying to just let him know. We'll tell the troopers.
But it looks like their mystery man is just a concerned citizen.
It appears this is a good Samaritan of the night who's calling in the snowmobile to make sure that it's safe. The people in Fairbanks know that a lot of snowmobiles are stolen, so they're watching out for each other.
At the end of the night, the baited snow machine goes untouched.
About 4 hours out at about 25 to 30 below temperatures. There was probably several hundred cars that went by. We definitely gave people the opportunity to do the wrong thing tonight. We didn't have any takers, and I'm okay with that. I'm cold, but I'm okay with that.
Cruising the streets at minus 20 degrees, Trooper Darren Cooper doesn't expect to find much either.
It's a weekday, it's 1 in the morning. It's been snowing most of the day. It's supposed to be a big giant blizzard tonight.
But then he stumbles on a vehicle cold chilling.
Back at 118. There's 2 vehicles that are parked nowhere near the rest of the cars, and they're off on their own. Probably out with a suspicious vehicle. Back at 118. There's 2 males in the vehicle. Hey, what are you guys up to? What are you guys doing over here?
Flying RC planes.
Flying RC planes? We're in a blizzard situation right now.
The 2 men claim to be braving the Arctic temperatures in the dead of night to fly model planes. A story Trooper Cooper finds unbelievable.
So do you fly your planes normally in the snow? Okay. All right. Come back and talk to me for 1 second, okay? Come over and talk to me. Hey, stop. Bring your hands out of your pockets. I was going to pat you down, make sure you don't have anything on you.
Oh,
okay?
no, hell no.
Don't pull away from me.
Flying RC planes.
Stop moving around, because you're going to make me nervous, and I don't want to have to jam you up. Be cool, and I'll be cool with you. Okay? Just stand still for me. Stand still. What do you have on you?
Food.
Just food?
Yeah.
Hey, don't be offended with me.
I'm not.
I'm just out here doing my job, you know what I mean? Be truthful with me, okay? What do you have? Marijuana? Where's that at?
In the car.
Oh, it's in the car. Where's it at in the vehicle?
It's in the back seat in the bar.
Okay. You're not under arrest or anything like that. I'm just going to put you in handcuffs. Since I'm the only guy out here right now, you understand what I'm saying? This is just for my safety for right now. Back at 118.
Model planes aren't the only thing getting high tonight.
Hey, hop out for me, okay? Do you have anything on you?
Yep.
Okay, don't touch anything. Just come right back here. What do you have on you? Okay, well, yeah, don't touch anything. Where is it? Okay. Oh, yeah, that's fresh green weed. I'm going to pat you down, just make sure you don't have anything else on you, okay? Is there nothing else on you?
No.
What do you have up here? Wrappers?
Yeah.
That's from the munchies?
Yeah.
I guess that's true then, right? Is there nothing else on you?
Chapstick.
Okay. Anything else in the car I'm going to be finding? Are you cold or are you nervous? Okay.
Trooper Cooper checks the vehicle for drugs and other paraphernalia.
I don't want to find anything that's going to freak me out. You know, like a hand or anything like that. No kilos of coke underneath the seat.
He finds the planes and about a half ounce of marijuana.
It's a decent amount. So obviously you have a little bit of marijuana. So, have you ever been arrested or anything like that before?
No.
Well, I'm going to confirm that in my little database here, and then we'll go from there, okay? Back at 118.
Cooper runs their information and confirms this pair doesn't have a criminal history.
Since you've been cooperating with me and you've never been arrested or anything like that, I'm going to cut you a break. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to destroy the marijuana. That sound like a fair deal?
Sure.
It's either that or go to jail.
You can do whatever you want with it, sir.
Do you want to go to jail or do you want me to destroy it? That's why I'm asking you. All right, perfect. All right, so you're going to help me destroy it since it's your stuff. Destroy it here in the snow for me. Don't leave it like that. I want the moose to come over and get it. Then they'd be lazy and in the middle of the road. Like, get it like this right here. Like, destroy it so I don't have to worry about you coming back and picking up the snow weed. You can't have any amount out on the road. If I can measure it, you can't have it. Understand? All right. You guys can't smoke marijuana and fly airplanes at the same time. That's how you crash those things. Those things are expensive. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Have a good night. None of those guys had criminal history, so I decided just to have them destroy it. We got the marijuana off the street. They're not out smoking, and they're not going out and driving. And then hopefully we won't run into them again with marijuana in their possession.
Back in Fairbanks, Trooper Rollo is about to collide with criminals of his own.
Fairbanks 11. I'll be 19 of that as well.
He races to a burglary in progress at the outskirts of town.
The male is reporting that somebody was breaking into his residence.
They're going now.
Let's try and cipher right now. Still language barrier.
Got a call that a guy just reported his house is being broken into right now. That's all we've got so far. We're a few miles away and try to get over there as fast as we can here.
But the burglary quickly turns to assault.
32, he's advising the female possibly have been hit in the head.
Despite the icy roads, troopers can't afford to slow down. Each year, Alaskans report around 3,000 burglaries, and most involve use of force. This looks like one of them. On scene, a trail of blood leads to a frantic complainant and a female victim.
And he started hit me like that. Say, hey, what back up, man?
Hey, just calm down.
I tell you the truth. What happened, right?
I'm hearing you. Calm down.
Yeah.
They hit her? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, fighting with her, and they tried to baseball with me, and then I had to run away.
How did they hit her?
With baseball.
Like a baseball bat or a baseball?
The stick,
The bat.
baseball.
Okay.
Yeah, and he tried to hit me, and I run away.
What kind of a hit was it? Was it like all the force they had, or?
He swung up like this, but I'm not too sure because I was getting in the middle of them, trying to keep them apart, and that's all I know. I got hit in the back of the head.
The man claims the heated argument started over oil.
I put heated oil on there.
So they're
You had to pay me $30. I said, I don't have no money. I only have $20. And he tried to push me and hit me. You know what I mean, sir?
Okay, so he put 5 gallons of oil in your
I don't
tank.
see it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Temperatures regularly dip to 20 below in Fairbanks, so to some, heating oil is a commodity worth fighting over.
He said, I want $40. I said, I don't have money. And he said, I want $40. You gotta pay me. I said, hey, dude, man, back up, get off my property. Go back to your house.
Okay,
Go
stop
somewhere.
with the motions, okay? Just stand there.
I tell you what happened. If they kill me, nobody know about here.
They won't have to go far to find their suspect. It's the man's neighbor who started the fight.
And they both live here?
Yes.
Okay. Fairbanks 02. Looks like our suspects both live at the next door trailer.
Troopers want the neighbor's side of the story.
Say, troopers.
Oh.
Was in there, man?
Yeah, come in, close the door.
So who had the bat that went outside?
They had the bat.
Lips busted up pretty good there.
Bleeding there.
You're gonna want to get some stitches, man. That thing is busted all the way through. That's why that bleeding's not gonna stop anytime soon.
I had worse. You know, we was drinking or whatever. He said he ain't had no heat.
Were you guys drinking together? Or?
Hell no, I was drunk as hell before I met him.
I don't know. I was just trying to make sure because he's been drinking too.
It's not amazing. I just know I can't do nothing else for the neighbors for no more.
Trooper Rollo believes there's more to the story, but the man with the split lip is keeping his mouth shut.
Nobody here that I've talked to tonight has been 100% truthful with me. I realize you're only living about 100 feet. Hold on for a second, all right? I gave you guys your chance to talk to me. Now let me talk, okay? You guys need to just avoid each other. The story is just stop, man. How many times do I got asked to let me talk, please?
All right, speak, man.
Last time, man. I let you talk.
Okay, all right.
Avoid each other, all right? Man, you're bleeding all over the place. Gross.
Trooper Rollo can't get an honest answer out of either party, but neither's pressing charges, so troopers call it a night.
Both kind of sticking to their stories about this guy is coming over here for over fuel or some kind of theft going on, and then the other one is saying that his lips all busted open because he tripped on the steps outside. And do I believe it? Not for a second. Is there anything I can do about it? No. If that's the story they want to tell us, that's the story they want to tell us. I mean, and doesn't want to seek any medical attention. Can't force him to do it. Hopefully we don't have to go back there and deal with it again. Another day in Fairbanks.
South on the Kenai Peninsula, a different type of mammal's pushing his luck.
What is that? I've got a moose in a roadway, and we're gonna have to shoo him down the road to get him off. We're trying to take it easy and try not to stress him too much. Typically with this heavy snow that we've got, the moose get into the roadways because it's easier for them to walk, and it gets real difficult for them to get over the snow berms. This guy right here looks like he's trapped on the snow berm too. As you can see, he keeps looking left and right trying to find a good spot to jump over, but snowbank's up to his shoulders, and he's having a great bit of difficulty trying to figure out where to go. There we go. Just moseying along.
But encounters with moose aren't always this easy.
Transfer reference shooting of a moose in the yard after charge the complaint.
10-4. Go ahead and transfer it. Got a report from an individual that he had an hour-long standoff in his yard with a moose. It was in his yard, wouldn't allow him in his residence. Ended up having to put it down.
Trooper Buttry needs to see if the man truly had a good reason to kill a threatening moose, or if he made up a story after shooting it out of season.
Since we got a good amount of snow on the ground, I'm gonna go check the footprints, make sure it happened the way he said. We'll look at his weapon, look at the hole in the moose, and see if it's similar. I wanna go through and make sure that he just didn't shoot the moose. Hey, I'm Jimmy Buttry. Does he stand off with you?
Well, so I was walking through the snow over there, and well, obviously there's the moose.
Oh man.
Yeah, he might be shot up pretty good. I'm afraid I might have made a mess out of it.
Yeah, it's not too old. I mean, a couple of years old.
Trooper Buttry must determine if the man acted in self-defense.
Where'd you shoot him from?
I was standing right here most of the time. You can see my shell where I shot the 12 gauge.
Yeah. See the blood right here.
There's blood all the way over to here now that you look. I stood there and he stood right there for a better part of an hour.
Yeah.
He came at me one time and I shot in the air and he turned around and last minute he decided to run my way instead of the other ways. You can see what he did at the doghouse. Dog busted up.
Yeah.
Poor dog was in it at the time. Moose just stomping it, busted it off the bed, rolling it around, hoping for a little different outcome.
From the looks of it, the moose wasn't going to give up and the man acted legally.
You go ahead and do whatever you need to do with your dogs and stuff, and I'll make sure they get out here and get this cleaned up.
That would be great. My dog's about scared to death there, so.
Yeah. 1060. I'm gonna drag this moose out of his yard so he can get his dogs back under control.
Buttry calls a charity to retrieve the meat.
You know, that's one of the cool things about Alaska. You know, in Texas, they leave deer laying on the road, you know, just laying, can't even have it. Liver's gonna be used, the heart's gonna be used. I mean, the only thing that won't get used on this moose is bones and guts. Ready?
Yeah. Hey, no problem, guys. I appreciate you coming out here and getting it.
Back in Fairbanks, a dangerous driver is on a deadly path.
Apparently he was staggering in the store. He got into his vehicle and then backed out and almost hit a customer that was coming in.
Trooper Keenan Mulvaney must spring into action before he kills someone.
We had a call of a liquor store owner who said the guy was stumbling, acting intoxicated, and then he almost hit a customer on the way out. And it sounds like he's got an officer safety located on his name, so he's by hostile. 3310 1098.
Mulvaney catches up with a dazed suspect, joining Trooper Hennessy in the search for some straight answers.
So what time was your last drink at? Nothing at all. Take medications?
The first trooper that contacted him pulled him over. He was acting really weird, acting really intoxicated, so we pulled him out.
The man's erratic behavior earns him a field sobriety test.
You want to do some voluntary field sobriety tests for me? Over, hey, this one.
Yeah, man. We are sliding now.
What's that? I'm going to take 9 kilos of those steps in a straight line. 1. Okay, turn it this way.
It's uphill if you want to get
hey, over. Hey.
A breath sample should clinch this DUI.
Well, with the balloon or a beach ball or something. That's good.
But he blows all zeros. No alcohol in his system.
So you don't take prescription medications?
No, sir.
No?
No.
Do you have any medical conditions?
You just smoking marijuana? Nothing like that?
Any other controlled substances?
No, sir.
Anything like that? Stick on your tongue for me? Huh? I don't know, your tongue's pretty green. When's the last time you smoked marijuana?
I should be able to.
You should be able to?
Yeah.
So is there a reason your tongue is the color it is?
I just drink some soda and stuff.
It's green though. And your legs are shaking a little bit too.
Well, yeah.
He's under the influence of something and a danger to himself and others. Troopers arrest him for DUI, and with probable cause, they check the man's truck for clues to what he's on.
Wait, what's this stuff?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to look at.
It's like spice. Or it says not for human consumption, aromatherapy use only. Yeah, man, he's on spice.
Spice is a dangerous synthetic drug that's easy to buy and difficult to test for.
We found lots of spice containers, so he could be under the influence of spice.
There's no consistency to the formula, so it's hard to detect. One of the things that's always consistent is their behavior when they're on it.
So kind of a unique DUI.
In the Matsu Valley, it's 11 a.m. and Trooper Cronin's day is starting off with a high-speed chase. The suspect's considered armed and dangerous.
B41, B43, I'm coming up on Truck Road now.
Troopers corner the vehicle, but the driver won't go easily.
Hey, troopers! Need one! Get on the deck! Get on the deck! Get on the vehicle! Get on the ground! Hands up! Hands up! Hands back!
The suspect is actually a trooper, Trooper Darren Cooper. And this real-life scenario is part of a special emergency reaction team's training exercise.
They identified the firearm that was on the dash right away. Yelled pretty well. Checked that box. That was good from my end.
These monthly training sessions prepare this special ops team to tackle high-risk scenarios.
I thought
did a good job nosing up to the front, just like he should have. One day you can be doing an active shooter hostage rescue situation, then the next you can be doing a rural wilderness land navigation course. We need to kind of be a jack of all trades because Alaska is such a diverse place and we have such a big responsibility here. We've got a lot of different calls that we're going to have to handle.
Real-world training is crucial because almost a third of assaults on officers result in injuries. Good training can reduce that risk.
So every time your pager goes off, it's going to be a bad call. You know, someone has either tried to kill someone or is going to try to kill someone.
Drop it! Drop it!
Because every time you get called out, you're going to be dealing with a, you know, highly stressful incident that needs to get resolved quickly.
Clear. Clear.
Good sport fishing isn't hard to find in Alaska. With 12,000 rivers, 3 million lakes, and 44,000 miles of coastline, a sport fisher's greatest challenge is deciding where to get started. But even in a state that's blanketed by snow 8 months out of the year, the fishing excitement never stops. Today, troopers team up with the Alaska Department of Fish and Game to get the small fry hooked on fishing.
Our whole entire goal is to get kids out here and educate them on how to fish. We live in Alaska. We have a lot of winter. We have a lot of cold weather, which creates a lot of ice. Get them out here and let them enjoy it. For me, this is an absolute treat to get out here and get to hang out with kids all day.
All right, welcome to ice, and we have around 300 holes drilled, so everyone will have their own little spot. If you're not catching a fish in one spot, feel free and move to the next one, okay?
You guys ready to fish?
Are we ready? Okay, have fun. This is your day. No adults get to fish today. How's that, huh? What do you think, huh? All right.
You guys have fun!
We recently released about 30,000 Chinook salmon in here, so there's a lot of fish swimming around.
Now, down there you want to give it a good like 5 tugs and then just let it sit there for a little bit, all right? Okay. And then in a couple minutes, give a couple more, and when you get a fish on, yell, fish on, and one of us will come, all right? Okay. Awesome, buddy. You'll do good. Since last night, it's dumped about 10 to 12 inches, and in most other places, it would be a snow day and they would cancel school, but these kids out here are pretty hardy, and they come out and are having fun fishing.
For some of these kids, this day is one for the record books.
Awesome, good job. Is this your first fish?
Yes.
Well, a lot of these kids have never fished, let alone ice fish, and so when they catch their first fish, they get a big smile on their face.
This was her first fish ever.
Like forever and ever? Really?
There's a lot of fish being caught out there. A lot of smiles on kids' faces.
Look at the size of that fish. That's beautiful. Do you know what that is?
A rainbow?
Yes. Nice fish there, buddy. That's beautiful. Are we coming to your house for supper tonight? Huh?
I will.
I'll bring the cranberries, okay? I'd like some mashed potatoes with gravy. And I know I can eat that whole entire rainbow trout by myself. So you'll probably have to catch a couple more.
All right, there you go, buddy. Keep doing what you're doing. We're usually out on patrol, you know, contacting people, but this is better because we're educating kids.
See the little kinks in your line right here? When that straightens out like that, that means that there's a fish on there, okay? Because a lot of times they'll just come up and grab it, but they won't jerk real hard. They'll just kind of hang on to it. And I have an idea you're going to catch one. If we can talk to these kids and instill in them how to be good moral sportsmen, down the road, if they have an opportunity to catch over the limit or break the law, hopefully we'll steer them in the right direction and they won't do it. Isn't that beautiful? Huh?
Those
there
are
you
gorgeous
go.
fish. Stop moving!
Just hang on.
Oh, give me a kiss. No.
Back in Fairbanks, Trooper Rollo is putting his training to the test.
Just received a 911 transfer from SPD. Could hear a female yelling in the background.
Fairbanks 11 on the 911 call. Did it say anything or just you're screaming?
Heard what sounded like a female yelling. Tried to call it back.
But before the woman can tell dispatch what's wrong, her line suddenly goes dead.
Responding, I've called the number back. I'm currently talking to and then he hung up, but he claimed that he couldn't hear me on the phone.
A woman screaming, a man hanging up for no good reason. Troopers don't really know what they're facing, but they know they must get there fast.
Call comes in, and then they aren't able to get back on the phone. The attacker may be stopping them from trying to make that phone call.
What troopers do know is the location.
The troopers were already there earlier for a verbal argument, made one of the parties leave. Now that subject is now back causing more of a disturbance. 2731, I got separated from you guys. Where's the turn?
But the recent snowfall has turned Fairbanks' back roads into a tricky maze.
Down there, down there.
Stay tight to the right. It's a big long road that goes down into the woods.
And Trooper Rollo needs to find his way in time to break up a brawl before someone's seriously hurt.
It sounds like there was an actual fight or something going on here.
Rollo arrives on scene to find a heated battle.
He's pissed. He's in a fight. Shoot me with the taser, ain't you? Oh! He put a taser on like, yo, what the You shoot me with that, we gonna have a problem. Hold it! What you cussing me for? Get off of me! What are you doing?
Quiet down.
Why are you trying to shoot me with a taser? Right?
Quiet down for me.
Finally, the man calms down and offers his version of what happened.
Let's start over. Why don't you tell me exactly what's going on? It sounded like you guys were in a knockdown brawl in there.
My wife was at work today. She's mad because I had people over. We were recording music. I can even let y'all in to hear the music we was recording because it's not bad. You know what I mean? We did good today. You know what I'm saying? She was just mad. She was like, oh, you guys been drinking and you got people over at the house? She worked at, you know what I'm saying? Okay, you worked 8 hours. Okay. She just came home like, some beast mode and just smashing like, get out. She started breaking glass. I'm like, come on, for real? Like,
anything get physical at all?
Nah, ain't nothing get physical, but I'm just saying, like, she'll just break it.
It sounds like she may have a little bit of a temper.
My wife is West Africa. My wife has a temper.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Period. There's no getting around it. She has a temper. You know what I'm saying? She was just mad. I don't know why she was so mad.
Turns out that's pretty much all it was a verbal argument. There were some things that it sounds like ended up getting broken and tossed around.
The little candle thing that she needed so bad, she smashed that too. Like, damn, we just bought that like 2 days ago.
They had their disagreement, and hopefully they'll straighten out there between him and his wife. And there was nothing criminal that really happened, so we're getting out of here and hoping that we don't have to come back.
Yo, hey, that's the Alaska State Trooper joint. You about to be making all some you can record. That's the Alaska State Trooper. Y'all can record. I ain't even with it. Y'all do what y'all do. Word.